Bro, one of the best chapters in this arc, period. Like, what can I say? This chapter was just the definition of hype. Jimbei is the GOAT. We have two MVPs this arc, Jimbei and BROOK. Like, these two guys have just been putting work this whole arc. Okay, let's backtrack a little bit. And I find it crazy that Luffy was actually the one who set up the plan, at least having them put the mirrors in the cake for his grand entrance. Like, this isn't something you would expect from Luffy, but regardless, that entrance with Brook and everything was just epic. Sometimes you just gotta love Luffy, man. And throughout this chapter, you know Big Bird was getting the scoops of the century. Like that was just confirmed right there and there. And that's one thing I love about this arc. Unlike Thriller Bark, where they defeated a warlord and like no one knew about it, like only a few people in the government knew about Luffy defeating Moria. Big News is literally taking notes on everything that happens right now, so we know this news is gonna spread like crazy after this arc. You know, Jimbei joining the crew, the attack on Big Mom Pirates, Luffy and Capone's alliance is just gonna get out there after this arc. I mean, it wasn't long ago since the Straw Hats defeated Dofi. I mean, it's like a week now since they did they took down Dofi, and they're still in the middle of attention in the New World. So after this, their reputation as a pirate crew is definitely gonna blow up in the New World. Like, ever since the Straw Hats like came into the New World, they have just been messing shit up, and that's gonna prove to the New World like these supernovas are no joke. And Big Mom's face throughout this entire chapter was just like crazy. She had that psychopath killer face the entire time, so you know she was just out there to murder everybody there. But you know, Big Mom, I never actually considered her as like one of the strongest Yonko, more like the weakest. Joey Boy made a theory saying she's like a Moria V2. She's kind of lazy now, and I think that's kind of apparent right now, because I don't actually see this, you know, happening with Kaido, you know, Shanks, maybe Blackbeard. But Blackbeard, I think he's a little suspicious about things too. But Big Mom was just clueless. You know, her crew, again, that's something in Big Mom's crew lacks, and that's trust. Like, they can't trust anything to anybody because she rules by fear, and that's set her crew up for failure. Because from what we've seen, like, Katakuri is the only capable one, and he knows how dire the situation is, and if the picture breaks, he knows like what's really gonna happen, and that's what he's trying to prevent right now. But yeah, it looks like everybody else is just standing around. I think Smoothie is gonna do something next chapter, but right now the only two people you can depend on is Katakuri and probably Smoothie, because apparently they're the only ones that knows what's actually going on and trying to prevent stuff from happening. But everybody else is just like standing there. I mean, yeah, that's Big Mom's crew for you. And the last devil fruit I expected for Katakuri would be a Logia. Man, I actually thought he was like a paramecia that can like create like jelly or something. I mean, he has crazy haki and he's a Logia, but just like Cracker, he also has a weakness to liquid or probably rain or something. So he probably gets nerfed by Nami and Jimbei again, but it doesn't seem like liquid like fully nerfs his ability. It only stops it from getting sticky. So they're probably gonna have a hard time with him, and he probably has a counter for people like Jimbei, and he can see the future. Like, I think the biggest problem is not even Big Mom, right? I'm just joking, but Katakuri is actually one of the biggest problems right now, because seeing the future and everything, you know, they have to distract him from, if they want to beat Katakuri, it has to be a 2v1, because I think if it's a 1v1, he's just gonna see the future and just, you know, counteract whatever that person's doing. But you know, it's definitely hype, and yeah, it looks like it's a really versatile devil fruit. But seeing another Logia in the series was definitely refreshing, because like there's only 10 of them in the series we've seen so far, and the last one we saw was Caesar, and that was ages ago when he was revealed, you know, back in Punk Hazard. You know, that was a long time ago, and we haven't seen a lot of Logias in the series. You know, we have the Admirals, we have a couple of other people, but seeing a new Logia in the series is kind of refreshing, and that kind of shows like the first mates of Yonko, they usually have the top tier devil fruit. So we're talking about Phoenix devil fruit. I'm thinking Jack is not Kaido's right hand man, because that mammoth fruit, I don't think it's right hand worthy. Ben Beckman probably has the best haki. You know, all of these top right hands of Yonkos, they're gonna have the best, you know, whatever it is, haki, devil fruit, you know, the best stuff basically. And our boy Jimbei finally stands with the straw hat. I mean, the disrespect he gave to Big Mom was just one of the best moments in this arc, period, yo. Like Jimbei has been, he has always been putting out work, man. Like not even just in this arc, like the previous arc, Marineford. Like Jimbei, man, like I'm starting to like Jimbei a lot more. I know a lot of people saying they don't want him in the crew and everything, but I think he's gonna be one of the most, I would say, refreshing characters to see on the Straw Hats, because he's level-headed. You know, he gives Luffy advices and everything. But I think Jimbei is definitely, you know, part of the crew right now. And you know, Big Mom's soul powers couldn't work on him, so that shows how much trust he has in Luffy. You know, every Straw Hat has like a huge amount of trust in Luffy, because you know he's their captain. So you know, Jimbei standing up to a Yonko and, you know, not even showing slightest hint of fear was just like, yo, he's a Straw Hat, bro. Like there might be some death flags with Jimbei here and there, because you know, Big Mom was like, yo, life or death, you know, all that stuff. I hope it doesn't happen in this arc, but you know, it could happen, and it's definitely a possibility. But man, Jimbei was just so fucking hyped this chapter. I mean, the whole speech, you know, he put a sake cup on the floor in the middle of a battle. Like he disrespected Big Mom so bad this chapter. Like it's like Big Mom definitely took an L this chapter, because he called her a mere Yonko compared to Luffy's crew in the future, the Pirate King's crew. Like, yo, like One Piece definitely is one of those shows that gets you so hyped just by dialogues alone. Like this shit was just pure epicness. And Jimbei, man, like I'm telling you, this man, he is the greatest. I'm just hoping he doesn't die, yo, because he's MVP for like the longest now. But yeah, man, Jimbei MVP of this arc, easily. Him and Brook, those two, no one put as much work as they did, man. Like you just have to give them that, yo. And our boy Brook coming clutch in this chapter, in the last page, and breaking Mother Caramel's picture at the end, yo. The perfect finale for this chapter. I mean, in the first couple of pages, there was like, I knew someone was like off, because there was somebody that wasn't like, it wasn't like Luffy's clones or anything, but you could tell that this person was not, you could tell it was Brook, because Oda just kind of like put that there so people would realize. But I didn't even know he was going to play like a huge part in this chapter, because the last chapter we didn't see him. He was just like, we didn't see Brook at all in the last chapter. But this chapter, yo, man, he only had one panel for himself and people were calling him the god, yo. It was just fucking hype. Brook MVP definitely. I mean, just stealing the poneglyphs, fighting Big Mom on a 1v1, holding her off and everything, outsmarting a Yonko. Like Brook has just, like, this arc is the year of Brook, basically. Like the year of Brook and Jimbei. Definitely Brook, because man, he just put in a lot of work this arc. But amazing chapter. They didn't show the Vinsmokes this chapter, because it looks like, I think they're about to go ham in the next chapter, because they know Big Mom's betrayed them. They know that the whole plan was, you know, fake and everything, that Big Mom wasn't actually trying to give them power and everything, and was about to kill everybody in there. I think Judge is gonna flip out. He's like, yo, get the whole crew, get the whole, you know, clones we have back there, tell them to come back up here. You know, I think it's time we actually see what the Vinsmoke are actually capable of, especially Ichiji. You know, a lot of hype on Ichiji, man. Like it's like it looks, people are saying he's first commander level. I don't know about that, but I think he can tussle with them for a little bit. We might get some Sanji Ichiji fight, you know, against Katakuri, maybe 3v1 versus Katakuri, and you know, we might get some crazy stuff next week. But yeah, the next chapter is about to be crazy. Like Big Mom, the picture is broken. Big Mom is probably gonna go loose. Capone's about to set his plan. The plan has actually worked this time. Everybody said it was gonna fail. I remember Oda just broke everybody's theories in this chapter. Like people thought this plan was gonna fail. The first part of the plan has, you know, succeeded. They actually can do it, because, you know, I think we have 3 missiles and everything. So Capone, Gotti, and Vito, they all have one. And if they shoot Big Mom while, you know, she's in that state where she's weakened and everything, yo, they've killed the Yonko. But I don't think that's gonna happen, because I think once that picture breaks, I think Big Mom is gonna lose it. I don't think she's gonna have the same reaction she had in the last party, because this party she lost her cake, the wedding didn't go through, and she gets Mother Caramel's picture getting broken. That's just like 10-fold worse than what the last party was actually like. So Big Mom, she might do some spooky shit in this chapter, in the next chapter. And yo, it's hype. One Piece greatness, man. Every week You gotta love One Piece greatness. Oda putting out that work. But yeah, we're on break next week because of the whole Golden Week thing in Japan that's going on right now. So Oda had to do a fire chapter before the break, yo. And this chapter was just fire. I have to give this a 10 out of 10. You know, straight up. We got a lot of shit going on in this chapter, and a lot more that was, you know, the stuff we see in this chapter is gonna like turn to something else in the next chapter. But yeah, man, this was a hype chapter. It is Pharaoh, and peace out.